Let's discuss getting out of debt. There are many methods to choose from. You've got a snowball method, an avalanche method, 0% balance transfers, personal loan consolidation, you name it. But which one do you choose and how do you pick before you jump in? I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. First, take a deep breath. The first thing you're going to want to do is not just jump into any method, but figure out how it's going to work and which one's going to work best for you. So first, primarily, you want to take a look at your debts and list them out. I'm just going to use a simple example. Most Americans have about $10,000 on average credit card debt. So I've got here, in this example, $6,000 on a credit card and $4,000 on another card, total of 10. They're both at 20%. Now these days, it's around 24 or 25, I think is the average, but I'm just going to go with 20. We got a payment of $150 on this one and $100 on that one. So we're saying that currently in your budget, you're making a total of $250 worth of payments on these credit cards. It will take 67 months to pay them both off. On this one, the $6,000 one, you'll pay $4,000 in interest. On the $4,000, you'll pay $2,700 in interest. So by the time you're done, what are the results? $10,000 went to principal, $6,700 to interest. So you paid a total of $16,700. It took 67 months, which is about 5.5 years, and every month you're making $250. All right, that's if the scenario of what you've got. So first, now that you've got your debts listed out, you know what you're currently doing. This is going to look different for everyone, but put it through a simple calculator online and see how long it will take you on your minimums. What you need to do, what I do, and what I've done in the past, is first figure out what do I have available. Do I really only have $250 a month available? Because the more you can throw at a debt, the faster it will go down because the money goes to principal. So look at your budget and see what you can get rid of. You can make one-time payments if you sell particular items, but more importantly, go in there and say, if we want to get rid of debt fast, maybe we get rid of this particular subscription service, or we get rid of whatever it may be, or lower your expenses, or cut the grass yourself, or whatever you need to do. See how much you can come up with. Because let me just show you, if you were to increase your $6,000 debt payment to $300 instead of $150, and $200 instead of $100, the difference is you will pay a total of $12,200 instead of $16,700. Big difference, right? You'll save $4,000 in interest, but most importantly, in my opinion, you're going to get out of debt in 25 months. Just 2 years. 2 years and 1 month. As opposed to 5.5 years. So do you want to be in debt for 5.5 years or for 2 years? Obvious answer. And save $4,000. But what did you have to do? You had to get more money available by cutting somewhere or increasing, obviously, your income to get to $500. We doubled it. So this is why I suggest you first see what's available before you pick a method. And let's just look at a couple methods. A popular one, if you can do it, is to get a 0% balance transfer credit card. It's where you open a new credit card that has an offer of 0% for a set number of months. The longest I've seen is 21 months. I've got a video showing many of them with 15, 18, 12, 15, 18, 21. If you were to get 0% for 21 months, all right, at the end of 21 months, it goes back up to whatever interest rate they have. I've seen some go back up to 33%. So the idea would be, ideally, you're able to pay it off in 21 months so that interest rate doesn't hit you. All right, what does that mean? Well, $10,000 in debt. You move it onto this card, divide it by 21 months. You would have to be able to make payments of $476 a month. So you'd have to have more money available. But if you did, you would only pay $10,000, no interest, and be done in 21 months. All right, let's modify that. Let's say you don't have the $476, but you are able to get this balance transfer offer. Now, if you were able to do that, but you didn't have more money, so you only had the $250 a month, you would make $250 a month payments for 21 months. It would be $5,250. At the end of 21 months, the credit card rate would go up, but your balance would be down to $4,750 at that point. assuming your card only goes up to 20%. If it's more, it's going to be more difficult. But you would have to make another 24 payments at $250. So this example was you were able to balance transfer, but you only had $250 a month. So at the end of 20 months, you still had a balance left. You have to pay that off. What would it mean? Well, in this particular example, at 20%, you'd end up paying a total of $11,000. And it would take you 45 months, which is almost 4 years. $10,000 if you can find extra money, less than 2 years. $11,000 if you can't find extra money, 4 years. This is the example of two different scenarios of a 0% balance transfer card for 21 months. There's many different ones. Lastly, let's take a look at a loan consolidation. That's where you get a, let's say, personal loan, and then you pay off your credit card. So you get a personal loan for $10,000, you pay off one, you pay off two. In this example, you don't have any more than $250. So in this case, a $10,000 loan, 12%, if you have a good credit score, you might be able to get that in this environment. You may not, it might be higher, possibly lower. 5 years, which is 60 months, you would be making $222 a month. So this is a scenario where you don't have more than that $250. So if you don't have more than $250, an option is personal loan consolidation. It would take 5 years. You would pay a total of $13,476. Now, something to note is that once you have a loan consolidation, that means you're making a specific payment for a specific number of months. At the end of it, you're done. That is a different type of loan. It's called an installment loan, as opposed to one of these rotating credit cards. So on your credit score, it's going to look different. This will appear as credit card debt, and it will be subject to the utilization rate. How much are you using based on how much your credit limit is? This would come under an installment loan, different type of debt on your credit report. So here we've got a couple scenarios. If you only had $250, you could potentially get a loan consolidation. You could, if you got a 0%, but you only had $250, you could use this method. If you had more money available, you could simply just throw it at the card. Or if you got a 0%, it would be even better. So we've got $10,000 possibility, 11, 12, 2, 13, 16. Obviously, you want to do the best for you. However, in this case, you need more money available. So, first thing you do before you pick a method, see if you can get additional funds available or you can't. So take the time to run the numbers on all the different methods for getting rid of your debt. Look at this video that's about to pop up here. I run through many different methods, actually 7 of them. 6 you'll be very familiar with. The 7th one is very unique. But I run through them all fairly quickly to give you an idea. And then I have links in the description to go into each one into great detail. But I like to see what's available and then run the numbers and then do well, what if we had another $200 or $300? And then run the numbers again and see how much more can benefit you. Then if it's just yourself, obviously you're going to want to come up with that money. If it's a spouse or significant other, maybe this would help convince them that you need to make some cuts in order to get rid of debt faster. Click on this video here and learn about all the different methods in rapid fire succession. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're able to get out of debt as soon as possible.